Hi Aquarius, and thank you for joining me for part 2 of this video for your 2015 overview. So far we've started off your year with some fundamental changes going on, and then that being led by your own propensity to study and self-direct your course and kind of make some decisions about where you want to go and how you want to go about doing things. Overall, this year is about attaining balance for you on a real core level. So at that core level, you're kind of coming into a safe place, a kind of in terms of getting clear on the things that had oppressed you in the past. Now, to move forward, we have the Fool. So the Fool kind of says that as things change, your life will be filled with new things, just like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You will have new opportunities coming up for you immediately, and that's going to be quite a huge influence on you. It's going to be like bursts of light coming up from you, for you, out of nowhere. I think you yourself will be sort of in your own through your own private moments in your dream state and whatnot, you may get the influence of these things coming upon you, but you yourself will kind of blossom into these things. There'll be these bursts of inspired action, and those inspired actions are really integral to your to the harmonization or the coming into balance with everything that you're going through. You're taking off in different directions, and expect like influences, passive influences, to really allow you to go in those directions. So just take chances with things. In fact, Leo and Cancer people will help you along the way quite a bit this year, so you can kind of start a new journey with one of each. And those journeys can be friendship or more, but a variety of different interactions. Remember, these are archetypes, and by archetypes I mean that the manifestation of the energy of each card can permeate throughout your life in a variety of ways. You yourself may take up a new hobby, particularly music. There may be a propensity for you to get in touch with music this year on a new level. And that new level will be something that will bless you and make you excited about things. And in fact, it's going to be really in line with what you want, what your desires want. And so you may feel really kind of motivated and excited to do the things that you want to do. And so it's going to be a blessing for you. I think that you need to be cautious, and you need to listen to influences. There's going to be passive influences warning you or giving you advice as you go along. So not everything is going to be just looking up at the sun and smelling the roses. But those influences are going to protect you, and they're going to watch over you. In particular, your instincts. Really trust your instincts this year and move forward with your instincts with some insight and with some higher knowledge. I think that the insight that you get, whether it's kind of awkward and clumsy or whether it's composed, listen to both aspects of it, and listen to everything that kind of comes into your consciousness, particularly through dreamlike states. So whether you're dreaming or whether you're kind of daydreaming, then really kind of take notice of the things that are washing over you, the influences that are coming over you, because they do have a place and time, and that place and time is going to be important for you. So you're branching out in new directions, and you're taking a shot at things, possibly some kind of music venture that will kind of influence you this year. I think that things persist as they may because of your nature, so don't expect a huge upset in your life. You are who you are, and no matter how much the circumstances around you change, you are within yourself. And so as you kind of come into the year more and more, you gain a deeper insight, you gain a deeper understanding of who you are and where you're coming from, and what and that dreamlike state will find you where you need to be. And so that gives you a great strength to kind of make random decisions. And you will be a little bit random, having lots of different choices to make, and you may confuse people around you, but just shrug your shoulders and just say, well, this is how I be, and this is who I am, so this is the way that I'm going to roll with it, and that will be the solution for you. That will be the outcome. So just go for it this year, and really give it a good go at things, and just give it a good go at things, and really try to harness that in a positive way, and really try to get a good grasp of the circumstances around you, and be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve, and go for it. So this Cancer person in particular, I think is a great influence on you. I think this person could be some kind of mystic or oracle themselves. So they may be some kind of person who either... Sometimes people aren't oracles in and of itself, but for us, they serve the purpose of oracle. In particular, the soulmate card at the center, the star, kind of signifies that maybe this person is one of these soulmates that come through your life this year, and this person gives you some significant ideas about where to go and how to formulate things in new ways. So really listen to their influence, really listen to their words. I think it's very empowering, and I think it's really setting you off in a good direction. Okay. So now you in the circumstance get the High Priestess. And again, this card is really talking about intuition and understanding between the upper world and the one below. And so she is the only one who sees through Veronica's veil. She's the only one who sees between the two worlds and has the insight to kind of implement changes on both sides of the veil, and to implement the understanding on both sides of the circumstances. She has a deep insight, and so more than anything else this year, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition with making decisions, and move forward. And this card is somewhat healing for Aquarius, because it is that kind of moon-like nature, the space. She is the most space-like human figure within the tarot, and so she's the one besides the Magician, but she really exists in that kind of space between the world above and the world here on Earth. And so therefore there's even a question of whether she is human or not, and how she actually comes through. And so therefore this cleans out the Aquarius, and allows, when it manifests as your energy, then you yourself take on that property. So expect maybe scratching your own head at some of your own conclusions, particularly if you have a lot of cards placed in earth signs. This year you may not be quite understanding of yourself in terms of where things are coming from, but just trust that when it feels right, then it is right, and move forward with that decision if that is the right decision that you need to make. But there's a great power of insight you may be really on. There's certain practices that you can do to increase your own intuition, and I would suggest looking into that and exploring that further and seeing where it takes you. Your family and friends in the situation take on a nurturing property, so the people around you are really taking care of you and nurturing you and kind of leading you to where you need to be. If you're a male Aquarius, the people around you, you know, you could very well find or be with someone who takes on the mothering property around you. And so whether your mother becomes important or whether another woman becomes significant for you, she takes on that female role. Or if you're a lesbian, of course. But then of course you yourself blossom into a new life, and that is being nurtured by this person. This person is going to be a confidant that you can face when things are changing and things are radical and things are extreme. I think a lot of this year is going to keep you on your toes. There's going to be a lot required for you in terms of in terms of flexibility and investment of time and energy, and I think that you'll succeed at those things. But at the same time, I think that they will be a challenge, and this is how you're going to be carried through. You're going to be nurtured and you're going to be mothered, and you are going to have that energy, whether it's your mom or whether it's surrogates. Now remember, these are archetypes, so this is going to come through for you again and again. You're going to have a very nurturing energy coming through your friends and family circumstances, so expect all your interactions, or the majority of your significant interactions, to take on these properties. So it's going to really help you along. It's going to be a really warm and kind place, particularly with your social situation being so interesting and volatile. And so there might be a lot of changes for you socially, but in your close family friend circle, in your relationships, you're going to be very much nurtured and carried through. What you need to really watch out in this month is the Devil card. The Devil in this month, I do too many monthly readings. In this year, what you need to really watch out for is the Devil. So I think that it's the volatility within this social situation that really kind of puts the Devil in a good position to mess things up for you. And so the best way to deal with that is to keep calm and go deal with things slowly. Anything that comes your way that requires an immediate response, be questioning of that. That's how that energy will most likely manifest, but not the only way. Another way that this energy can manifest for your life, in your life this year, is through drugs and alcohol. And so in which case, just be cautious of that. And then also be really cautious of any kind of intimidation. If you play into any kind of intimidation that people throw at you this year, then most likely you will struggle with it, and it's going to get its claws into you, and it's just going to fester. So the best thing to do is to deal with this energy in a kind and loving manner and set it aside for another time when it's not affecting you as the big lesson. So there's also, with this card present, and I'll take you guys back to the first part of the reading, we have the fundamental shift. This signifies that some of these things that are fundamentally shifting for you this year, you may not be aware of, and you may be quite a surprise for you as it comes along. But also making paranoid assumptions, or trying to derive assumptions about the circumstance before it happens, may lead you to very bad conclusions. So that's not advisable either. Just be patient, be watchful, and keep a really firm head on your shoulders, and really trust your own intuition and your own inner voice. And I know I say this, I really suggest that you should really derive conclusions from within yourself this year. I think that any kind of advisor is a good thing, and if you feel like you need it for serious reasons, then you should do so. My readings are for fun and entertainment only, but the reality of it is that this year in particular, your own conclusions are your best, just by the simple nature that you can't articulate everything to everyone anyway. So you're going to have to kind of, even the best advisor, the one that wants the best for you, may not be able to help you the best, because they don't have all the variables that you do in your mind. So they may not be able to assist you. They may themselves be clouded in judgment and not able to assist you. And you have enough going for you this month that you can have the confidence with making decisions on your own, that you don't really need to run around. I think that the other aspect of this, and I'm not a psychologist, but do kind of keep in mind, is that anxiety and fear are real kind of chances for you this year. So just don't get too scared, and if you are experiencing anxiety, then definitely try to address that as quickly and effectively as possible with whatever kind of means you feel is equitable or the right thing to do. Now the outcome of the year is very promising. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and it says that the luck is spinning in your favor. So it is blessing you, and it is throwing you good things as life goes along. And you are going to be at a much better place at the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And so overall, the spin in fortune is really positive for you this year. You're going to be blessed, and you're going to be allowed to take benefit from all the blessings that are thrown your way. And there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be bailouts this year for you as well. So when you get yourself in a circumstance that's not really that awesome, you will kind of be bailed out, particularly through your family and friends, I would think. So yeah, you can take your chances, and I think as the year progresses, you're going to feel more and more confidence towards this card. You're going to feel more and more edgy and taking chances with things. The only thing about this is that when the year ends, make sure that you become a little bit more conservative again with your choice making, because then of course you'd get another spread, and that would entail other influences on you. Now in the spring, the first manifestation of what's going on is the Hangman, and the Hangman is talking about a persistence of a matter that has stayed with you for a time being, and so that matter had persisted, and you may have to contend with this. You may actually have chosen this, in which form this is called sacrifice, and so at that time you are setting aside your wealth, you're setting aside what are the things that bring you prosperity, and allow yourself to be strung up and observe the matters at hand in either way, whether it's altruism, whether it's selflessness, or a combination of factors. You're going to be there to really observe your position, and particularly observe others this year in the springtime. So in the springtime, it's kind of a fortunate position for this card, because you can observe other people's conduct and really kind of make some decisions how the rest of the year will go. And I think it's a pause in your life, so you can be like, okay, well, really needs adjusting, this needs change, and this needs change, and I'm going to go for it. And so this breath of fresh air, this pause in the spring, allows you to do that. And by the summertime, which is represented by the Magician, you start really starting to create. It's like you break free, and you start going in new directions, and there's that fundamental shift. So you get on the plane, like Kurt Cobain said, you can't complain, you're just there, and then all of a sudden there's a fundamental shift, things change, and then boom, you're in a different place, and you're taking chances in new directions. And by the summertime, you're really creating for yourself a variety of ways, and you get a little excited and cocky about it, and you start manifesting around you. Now, how that manifestation turns out in the fall is that there's going to be some payoff for you. And you know, I was reminding you to talk about Cancer, to focus on a Cancer person. Well, this is when that can really manifest for you into something really substantial. And so you yourself can have the opportunity to rise up out of the circumstances, and you really kind of can see the manifestation of your decisions, and the creation of the reality that you initiated through this process in the spring and summer. So you yourself will transcend to a higher vibrational level in the fall, and this is a great card for consolidation of power and consolidation of success in a very emotional way. By the winter time, you'll be able to set things to rest and move forward, and you will have established a new beginning that will be sprouting new opportunity for you, and the past will be the past, and you will move forward, and you will be blessed, for your karma will be clear, and you'll be able to move in positive directions and be happy with the decisions that you make. So yeah, don't worry about everything that's going on. All the transitions that you make or that you meet this year, don't be worried about. You may actually take on a new home, you may take on a new responsibility, and feel empowered to be in that space and be more successful and be more prosperous as through your choices and decisions. So don't feel like you're prey to fate. A lot of this has to do with your own manifestation of the reality, your own creation of this reality in positive directions. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I've had very much fun reading it for you. And good luck this year, Aquarius. Give me some thumbs up. Make sure to click through my sponsors and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.